Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Whatdmomsay. I'm Tess.
I'm Hannah.
Vergolt.
Vergolt.
We both have the same last name.
We do. And I was feeling weird about our last name
Why?
a little bit. I don't know. I gave a wedding speech with my friend. We did like a speech together at our really good friend's wedding. And
Oh, by the way, did you say happy birthday to Sunita?
no, I'll tell her.
Facebook. I got a notification from Facebook about your friend's birthday, and I'm like, I'm gonna like shock her when she comes over and be like, you need to say happy birthday
That's
to her.
so sweet. Yeah, it's in my calendar. We'll send her a birthday message. But anyways, shout out to Sunita if she's listening. We were giving this wedding speech, and my friend, like, we wrote a script together because we had to like ping pong off each other. We needed to be prepared. And when we introduced ourselves, her line was like, she gave her full first and last name. Like, this is who I am. And then mine was like, and I'm Hannah. And she kept saying, you have to say Vergold. I'm like, I'm not saying my last name.
What?
It feels like really formal to do at the wedding.
I guess I'm introduced by my first and last name all of the time.
Yeah.
Although not always correctly. I've had people say the wrong name on stage many times.
What do they say?
Like Vergot, Vergoat, Forgot. I'm like, okay, I completely missed the V altogether.
It is pronounced exactly as it's spelled, I feel.
Yeah, that's what I love telling people. And they're like, how do you say your last name? I'm like, just how it's spelled. And they're like, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot comedians are illiterate. They can't read.
They can't read. That's why they speak jokes. They don't read jokes.
Are you going to keep your last name when you get married?
I'm going to keep my last name. We got to keep the Vergolt bloodline strong.
I want to keep my last name too if I ever get married. I also want, if I ever have children, for them to have our last name because, like, I'm the one who fucking pushed you out. So why are you taking his name? He didn't do anything. He came.
I agree. I would like that too. It's just us two in our family, two sisters. And
that would be really fucked up if we had a whole other sibling. We're like, you're not a part of this project.
That's true. Well, we could have a sibling we hate. That's what we say if we had a brother. We've said, like,
if we had a brother, it would have ruined the dynamic.
It would have ruined the dynamic, unfortunately.
Unless he was gay.
Yeah, that would have been fine.
Speaking of brothers, we do kind of have a brother because we have Frankie.
Okay. Well, we can talk about this. For the people watching, we have this fiddly fig. In our background, we got this plant specifically for the studio to make it look pretty and alive.
He's also in all of our thumbnails because without him, it looks weird. He's like the third host.
She is listening and watching. We got the plant together at this really cute plant store in Houston. And then we named the plant Frankie, but you walked away thinking
it was a
he,
boy.
him.
Yeah.
And I walked away thinking she, her. I guess I'm also thinking about the show Grace and Frankie, where Lily Tomlin's character is named Frankie and she's a she.
Yeah. Well, you did say she, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll go along with the she, but since he's in my house and I'm the one who like takes care of him when you're not here. So I've just been like, he's a boy. So let us know if you think Frankie is a girl or a boy.
I tried to go down a deep dive where I tried to learn if fiddly figs actually have a gender of a plant. Because, some trees are boys and some trees are girls.
That's very cis-normative of you.
Yeah. Maybe Frankie's non-binary.
It is. I mean, it's a name that actually works for all three very well.
That's true. But also I like how we picked the genders of like that align with the sexualities we have.
So because we both want to fuck the plant?
No.
I mean, he looks great.
I just want you to be a girl's girl and recognize Frankie might be a girl.
Please settle this debate for us.
Yeah, is this plant a girl or a boy? Or a they?
What kind of energy is he giving off?
What kind of energy does she radiate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get into more stuff, I just want to say, please email us. We're at whatdmomsay@gmail.com. That's WHATD as in dick. momsay@gmail.com.
Yes. Email us things about your mom, funny things your mom said, any advice you want answered relating to moms.
Yes.
We
Or
might-
by a mom. If you want advice from our mom.
Yeah. We might have our mom to give advice. She is a life coach after all. And she does give good advice. And then similar spelling, all of our social media handles are whatdmomsay at whatdmomsay.
Yeah. On Instagram, TikTok, Facebook coming soon.
Oh, do we have to do Facebook too?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that
I
one.
try to start a page. You don't need to worry about it.
Okay,
I'll just upload the clips and
Thanks.
the videos.
Yeah.
You have to be on every platform because you never know where your audience is going to be or whatever the fuck.
Where are you guys? We're trying to find you.
Please watch us. Please listen to us.
Yeah, our YouTube is also the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. If you're watching, you're already on our YouTube channel, so subscribe.
Subscribe.
It's not going to change your life. We only upload once a week.
Oh, and you know what people also ask people to do on podcasts is to give us 5 stars. Rate us
Oh, yeah.
5 stars.
Rate us on Apple Podcasts. Wherever you're listening to us, if you could just take like 5 seconds to leave a small review, that would help us so much.
Unless you have something negative to say, then you can skip the review. You don't have to
No,
do that.
leave a negative comment.
Oh, you want like the...
I'm of the mindset that once we start receiving negative comments, that means we've made it.
Okay.
Call me a
Okay.
fat whore so I know that I'm successful.
When I was thinking about starting this project with you, I was manifesting only receiving people who are nice.
That's probably the
are gonna
healthier-
listen and watch.
That is the healthier way to go about it. I just remember one time I had a poster of my show. This one, the TNA poster, was in the bathroom at Senior Group, and someone wrote underneath my name, Ugly Skank. Like they had scratched it into the plastic lining over the poster.
My God.
And I saw that and I was like really hurt for a second because it was in the girls' bathroom.
Yeah, I'm sorry I did that.
But then I was like, you know what? This means I'm doing well because someone really hates my success. Or they think I'm an ugly skank.
They think you're an ugly skank, but I think you're a beautiful skank.
Yeah. And then Abby goes, no, Tess, I think they meant to put it under my name. And I'm like, but it's directly under my name. She was trying to make me feel better.
That's funny.
I'm like, I don't think so, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, you wanted to share something about mom.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day because it's really funny how mom has been with my previous boyfriends and current boyfriend. I feel like she takes on more of the dad role when she meets one of our significant others.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually the dad is like, "Don't mess with my daughter."
They're like stereotypical protective.
Yeah, he's like, "Don't
Have her home by 8
fuck
o'clock.
my daughter.
Yeah.
You can't have her." Our dad's never been like that because he's European, I guess. He's
There
just kind of
has to
like,
be protective European dads. He's way more chill.
I feel like he's
about
just
that
like,
stuff.
date who you want. If they're treating you okay, I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's never been like, are they treating you okay? Do I need to beat him up? He's not like that.
He's not a violent.
He listens to classical music.
He listens to NPR.
Yeah. NPR.
I said NPR.
You said M.
I did not say M.
I'm going to show you this when we roll back.
Okay. I support my local station.
All things considered, you said M.
That's a good NPR joke.
For our NPR listeners. No, so I remember in high school when I had my first real boyfriend, I remember bringing him home to meet mom, and he was telling her that he lives with his mom and his stepdad, and she was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Where's your real dad?" And I started freaking out because I didn't even know anything about his real dad at that point. Like it's a high school relationship. Like he asked me out a week prior and then we were already boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right. You're like, we haven't even gotten to that subject yet.
No, I'm like, he could be dead. He could have left them, like all this stuff. And he did kind of leave them.
Yeah.
But he was like somewhat around. And it was just like this really funny moment where I'm like, why would you ask that question?
She is definitely more of the inquisitor. She's a Scorpio rising, if that means anything to anyone.
I didn't know that.
She is, and Scorpio risings tend to come off a little bit more like bold and intense. But yeah, she will ask questions and not be afraid to ask questions, which is kind of slay girl boss for her.
It does create funny moments. She hates small talk. Like, she's not going to be like, how was your weekend? She's going to be like, what do you think the meaning of life is? And also, do you like this carpet? Which is big talk for her.
Yeah, the carpet is a big deal. It's funny that you mentioned the what is the meaning of life question, because I remember this moment in my last relationship, which was like just not a great relationship. But we went on a trip all together.
That was a really nice way to say he was a piece of shit.
But
if you're listening, we always hated you, all of us.
I think that was known.
Sorry
that no one liked him. But
I just don't like people who treat my beautiful sister like trash.
He just was not the nicest guy. But anyways,
so you see how sweet she is? She's like, he just wasn't the nicest.
I know he's not gonna listen to this, but I don't know why I'm afraid that he will. I'm still scared of him.
Well, if my ex is listening, I fucking hate you too.
Okay.
They were very similar guys.
Yeah, they had similar vibes.
Yeah.
Similar mean boy vibes.
Yeah.
But we went on a family trip and he was there, and your high school boyfriend, who's your real dad boyfriend, was there. And we were all together.
The way you said that was like, your high school boyfriend, who's your real dad boyfriend.
You know what I hate when people ask is like, who's your daddy? I don't like when people say that.
We have an uncle who used to ask me that all the time.
Yeah. Our uncle used to ask us that.
And I remember being a kid, I didn't know the implications of this. I was like, Johann Vergold, like, you know my dad. He's that guy right there. Like, that's my dad.
Yeah.
On the other side of the family event.
Yes, he's over there. But anyways, Mom asked the table. We were all sitting down to dinner. She asked, I want everyone to go around the table and say, what do you think the meaning of life is? And it went so poorly because my ex, he didn't really like the family either. He didn't really like any of my friends or family, which should have been a red flag. And it was. But he didn't
like you either.
Yeah. I don't know how this all happened. But anyway.
I bet you're wondering how I got here.
But he gave this answer that was like, I don't think there is any meaning. Like a very grumpy, pessimistic answer that he knew Mom would hate. And afterwards, he specifically was like, that was so funny. I like gave an answer that I knew she would really dislike. And I'm like, this is just like her ultimate test to see if she could like you as a person, was just to say something nice about what you think the meaning of life is.
Yeah.
And everyone gave like a normal human answer except him.
Yeah. See, there's a method to her madness in a way.
Yeah. So sometimes I guess the interrogation tactic she has helped.
It's really for us to hear the answer. You're like, this is really a person you want?
Yeah. Don't you want to know where his real dad is?
Well, what was really funny is the first time Brian, who's my boyfriend now, came over for dinner. It was just the four of us. It got brought up that he's not ticklish. Like, he's not ticklish at all. Doesn't matter. Armpit, feet, stomach. He does not have the tickle gene. It's gone. And Mom goes, wow, that must be linked to some deep childhood trauma. And I was like, I don't think that's what it is. He totally brushed it off. He was like, no, our dad just like used to tickle our ribs a lot when we were kids, and I think it went away. But it was just funny how she immediately went to like, let's therapize this moment.
That's going back to what you said. She does not like small talk. She's ready to like get into your deepest, darkest fears and traumas with you and work through them as well.
Yeah, the deepest parts of your soul.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think I have any particular thing that comes to mind when she's met. Like, I've only been in 2 big relationships, but when she met Nikki, it was the 4 of us again. Our papa was there, and he was just chill and doing his thing, and then us 2. But I remember it being, like, very tense just because we were both so nervous.
Yeah.
And Nikki was a little bit nervous. She just ended up, like, talking a lot. I mean, she left a good impression, but she also paid for all of our meals together. I was like, you did not have to do that, but that's a pretty baller move of you.
That is very baller.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish I could do that.
You will someday.
No. Even when I have money, I'm not going to pay for anything. No. Yeah, I do. I feel like I owe a lot of people a lot of money, and the government and Discount Tire.
We were talking about how our theme song is like a little bit too literal for you.
It's a little bit really real right now. I have way too many bills to pay, so please subscribe.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, did we manifest something negative by making that the song?
No, I just had to get 4 new tires, and the only way to do that was to open up a line of credit with Discount Tire. He was like, you can see if you pre-qualify, and I was like, I highly doubt I'm going to qualify. And then he was like, you actually qualified more than I did. And I was like, you work here. What? And also, what's your credit score? Because mine's in the 400s.
You're saying that really quietly.
They don't need to hear it.
Okay. The credit score is not where you'd like it to be.
Yeah. It's almost negative.
I've had bad credit moments.
Yeah, what's the lowest you dipped?
I can't remember exactly, but I have applied for a credit card and been declined. Like, you can't have one.
Okay.
And it was because, like, something wasn't paid on time, and I didn't realize it. And then I was so freaked out.
One time in college, I used to have a negative balance in my bank account all of the time. But I wouldn't look at it because it was scary to me. I was like, I don't want to see the negative balance. But one time in college, I was really hungry. And
This is so sad.
It's not that sad. I went to a Panera Bread, and I ordered a mac and cheese cup. And he was like, okay, scan it. So I went to go scan it, and he goes, it declined. And I was like, I know. I just needed a stranger to tell me that there was no money in my card because I can't keep living like this.
You're like, no one's going to give me an intervention because I'm not telling anyone about this. So I need someone to...
I'm not even telling myself. I need an employee of Panera Bread to tell me that there is no money on your fucking card. You cannot have this mac and cheese.
What did they do? Did you get to keep the food?
No. Okay. I didn't even get to that next step because you order and you pay right there.
Right. I don't know why I was imagining you holding the food that you're like, please, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I didn't even try to be like, what? That's so weird. I just checked it. Like, I just fully was like, I know. And then I turned around and left.
And then you decided to get your bank account in order?
It took me years after that. But I do have it in order now.
Saying I know is so funny.
I just got an order this year. Or like a little bit last year.
You just got a what this year?
Got my bank account in order.
Oh, well, congrats.
Thank you.
That's good.
Last time I was in the negative was last year. So
I had the IRS come after me.
What?
Yeah, I really don't want our dad to hear this.
He's going to be so disappointed. He loves doing paperwork.
Yeah, and he always helps with our taxes, but my taxes are really high because I
Make so much money.
yeah. No, because I am a contractor, so I have to do the math to figure out how much I need to set aside for taxes.
Bullshit.
And I did the math wrong. And it was way higher than I thought. Even to the point where I found an accountant to talk to, and I was like, is this normal for the taxes to be this high? And they were like, yeah.
Oh no.
And then I also asked Papa at the time, I was like, the IRS wants so much money from me. Is this normal? So it's taken me a while to pay it back, but I started avoiding paying them, and they sent me a letter a couple weeks ago that was like, we're going to start taking your stuff if you don't give us money. They were like, we're going to seize your assets, like your home. And I was like, joke's on you. I'm not a homeowner. But I've given them money, okay?
Oh my
Don't come get, because they can take your bank account and stuff. But yeah, I've given them money now.
Sorry, I don't mean to smile. It's just like usually I'm the one fucking up.
I do the same thing that you mentioned doing in your Panera story, where I like stay in a pit of denial, and I'm like, if I don't look at it or address it or think about it, it can just be like something under the current that's constantly making me feel anxious and on edge. I don't know why I operate like that.
Your face after that.
Just girly things.
I just ignore all my problems.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild to hear. Wow, maybe it should be Hannah has too many bills to pay.
Yeah. I still owe them more money, but I gave them the money from the year that they mainly wanted.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be okay.
Do you need money?
No.
Good, because I do not have it. I will say I'm proud of myself because I put socks on.
Yes, we are growing and improving and learning.
I'm only gonna wear socks recording the pod from
only wear socks. I have always worn socks.
Okay, you don't need to brag.
I feel like I should have brought you in on my thought process, because I've consciously been like, I need to put on socks to film the podcast, because I'm not just gonna like have my shoes on like a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be that weird.
I don't want to wear shoes while sitting on a couch.
Yeah.
Like, that feels wrong.
I don't want to wear shoes at all.
Yeah, I don't like wearing shoes.
What do you think is the worst piece of clothing we have to wear?
Oh, as women?
Or humans, I guess.
Underwire bras. I've since abandoned those, but those, like, that...
I need underwire bras. It's like braces for me. Like, they straighten my tits out.
That, I don't like those, okay? Okay?
Okay.
They're uncomfortable. And, like, if you wear them a long time, the wire starts pushing through the fabric and then starts, like, stabbing you in the chest. Have you ever worn?
No, but I've had the wires underneath break, like, just snap in half.
Okay.
And I'm like, damn.
The weight of this tit broke.
I got the weight of the world in these titties.
Yeah. I've had it where it, like, pokes through and, like, comes up and starts stabbing me, like, in the middle of my chest. And at the time when I was wearing those, I would try to, like, shove the wire back down, and then it would last a couple hours. It was just, yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah.
Or, like, really uncomfortable high heels.
Yeah, heels are hard.
I hate to be uncomfortable. Not to sound like Mom. That's what she says when she talks about clothes.
Yes.
I don't want to be uncomfortable in my clothing.
She gets really excited when she finds an item of clothing that looks cute but is extremely comfortable. Like if she finds shoes that are padded but they're like sparkly, dangly bits on them and stuff.
Yeah.
She's like, step in my shoes.
I recently had that moment with her. I borrowed some of her shoes for something. and they were exactly as you're describing. She's like, these are amazing, aren't they? I also have them in another color.
She also loves to have something in another color.
Yeah.
Oh, you like that shirt? I have it in 3 other colors.
I think that's smart.
It is smart.
What is your most uncomfortable clothing item that you don't like?
To me, the thing that's most uncomfortable is wearing underwear right after you've shaved.
Okay.
Because I'm talking about like the shaved your legs, the crease of your leg.
Okay. The bikini line?
Yes. That's
okay.
I was like
the crease.
The crease between the leg and the pussy.
No, I was getting confused because you were like, it's uncomfortable to wear underwear after I shave my legs. I'm like, where's your underwear on your body? You're doing something wrong.
Because it like creates this horrible sensation. I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even just itchy. It's like irritated.
Yeah, it's not right.
And then I'm like, who am I doing this for? Yeah. Myself?
For the people at the pool?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Bush out is popular now.
Not out. Not out.
Bush out.
Don't put it out. Keep it underneath.
It just seems like people are more comfortable with having parts of their bush out.
Yeah.
Like that Kim K thing where it's like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the underwear with the fake bush on it.
Yeah.
Like, and the bra with the nipples. I saw that and I'm like, what are we doing? Like, just grow your bush. But these bitches have been lasered.
They can't ever have a bush again. They're mourning the loss of their bush.
They're mourning their bush.
That's why there are some things that I would get lasered and some things I would not. Because you never know what is going to come back in style. You really don't. Like, I understand getting like your little mustache lasered.
Yes.
Because I don't think I'll ever enjoy that part of grooming, hair grooming, but I don't know.
Speaking of grooming.
Yes, that's a good transition. Good.
Oh, we should introduce our guest.
We should.
That's a really fucked up transition.
You sound mad at yourself.
Yeah, I am mad at myself, but like it was too perfect, and we do talk about grooming in the episode.
And not the hairy kind.
No, the bad kind. We do talk about her mom as well, but there's some serious moments. Guys, today our guest is another amazing, talented comedian based here in Houston, Texas. She runs a show every single Sunday over at the Secret Group called The Secret Show. Which is a great time. Also a great venue. Please go support the Secret Group. We are, in the midst of possibly going out of business.
Yeah, it's sad. All the construction in this area of town is ruining a lot of local businesses and people who have lived here for a long time.
You can read about it on the Cron. The article title is called Shit Out of Luck. That is a direct quote from the owner of our club. That's also where I host my weekly show. See you next Tuesday at 10:30 every single Tuesday. So it's a really important place to all of us. So please go support it. And also please go support your guest.
Yeah.
'Cause she's fantastic.
I never met her and I love her now. She's so amazing.
She's so amazing. Her mom was a hippie. She's just been featured on Netflix on the Kill Tony special. So I'm really, really proud of her and everything she's done in these only a few years since she started comedy. It's really fantastical. All right. You ready? Should we say it at the same time?
Let's say it at the same time.
Okay, please welcome Timely Rain.
Life's a bitch, Hannah's gay. Tess got too many bills to pay, so they get together with Lily May and ask each other what mom say. They ask each other what mom
getting them for Christmas every single year. And snow globes. That became a running gag. I broke a lot of snow globes.
She used to collect snow globes.
I did used to collect snow
I
globes.
loved them.
I
Break
had
them all.
too many. I eventually threw a bunch out because they had that like gross
They get moldy.
mother on the inside of them.
Yeah.
Gross mother.
You know, like apple cider vinegar or kombucha. Like it has a mother in it. Like that happened to my snow globes.
Why is it
Yeah.
like something gross?
It's
and
called
gloopy
bacteria.
Is called a mother. Like that's wrong.
Well, it's very fitting for this podcast. Also, we're
is.
recording on it. We're rolling, guys.
okay, great.
Hey guys, today we're joined with Timely Rain, a local Houston comedian. Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Thanks for being here. Did you collect anything as a child?
I did. I tried to collect snow globes for a while, and then I
Okay.
would break them all. I tried
On purpose or
no,
by accident?
on accident.
Okay.
I was.
That's something I would do.
I was not a destructive child. I was a very clumsy child. And then I remember having like a charm bracelet, but then I would lose the charms. My ADHD ruined any amount of me being able to collect anything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I collected cows.
Cow?
You did,
yeah.
and
Like stuffed animal cows and
ladybirds.
stuff?
Yeah, stuffed animal figurines.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute. I love the Muppets. I guess I collect like Muppet stuff now as an adult. I
Oh,
collect a lot of
cute.
Muppet stuff.
Vintage.
Vintage.
a Jim Henson fan. Do you
Yeah.
also like the Labyrinth and all that?
Yeah, I love the Labyrinth, but my favorite is the Dark Crystal, and then my favorite movie ever is called Mirror Mask, and it's Jim Henson's like only and first like all people movie. There are no puppets or Muppets in it. It's like weird CGI, and it's like early 2000s, and it's just like wrought with like weird early 2000s angsty girlhood, and it's so good.
I feel like you're the only person I know who would even know about this movie.
I am. I tell people it's my favorite movie just to see if anyone else has ever fucking seen it.
Okay, taking note.
Oh.
Okay,
It's a
let's
good
let's
movie.
talk about your mom.
Yeah, let's talk about
It's all,
Look at her.
I'm not good at the transitions, but
well,
I guess
my mom's favorite movie is The Dark Crystal, and she's the one who like instilled that love of like Jim Henson in me from a very young age.
okay. So
Yeah.
that was like her vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I was like the first question I wanted to ask you was like, why did she name you Timely?
Well, my name's Timely Rain, and then my siblings also have brother's name is Sagacious, like, and my sister,
Sagacious,
yeah, my
okay.
sister's name is Song, and we all have books that were written, it's from a book that was written in like 500 China, where it was released in like the newspaper, like parts at a time, and it was about these monks that would like go and steal from like the Confucius government in China and like give back to the like poor people in a village. And so like me and my sister are named after the same character, where my monk, or his name was Song Jean, he brought like water to the village like when they were like about to die, like there's be a drought, and then like he somehow made it rain. And then my sister, Noble Song is her name, and
Noble Song.
Noble Song, and it's because he was a musician who went around and like played for all the villages as well. So
Wow.
yeah, so that's the long version. Usually I tell people, I'm like, well, my parents were hippies, because I'm like, oh, do you want to talk about it? Yeah, it's called Outlaws of the Marsh or the Water Margin, depending on like what the translation is.
That's really cool and like really in depth. You know, I feel like our mom just heard a name and she was like, I like the way that name sounds.
That's how it should be. Yeah, naming your child shouldn't be this like esoteric ego stroke of like, and like my mom, like she's a super hippie lady, and then my dad is like wants to intelligence max. I feel like constantly, and so I know like he said he was reading the book to try to figure out my littlest brother's name. Like 2 weeks before my mom was due on an airplane.
Your
back
mom was
from
like,
Europe.
you need to read this book now and come up with the.
No, my dad was like, you need to read this book to my mom.
Oh,
and my mom was
okay.
like, okay. And so she really liked it as well. But I think it was my dad kind of like, and my mom loved it. My mom will hate any part of this. And my dad, and being like, you don't fucking know what we did 27 years ago. And I'm like, no one does. Like,
Right.
that's why I talk about it now every day of my life. There's not a day that goes by that someone's like, Why?
Well, I asked that because the first time I heard your name on a show, I thought like, oh, that's a stage name. Like her actual name can't be Timely Rain. Like it sounds
and
too
whether
pretty.
It's whether it's like comedy or like the Ren Fair, like most places I hang out at, people go by like different names.
Yes.
And so everyone's like, no, what's your real name?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not faking it.
I'm
for
not
real.
faking
Yeah.
it. Okay,
Which I
Star.
feel like
It's like Starseed. My name is actually Timely Rain.
I also feel like you shouldn't ask that at those events because there's also a lot of non-binary people.
Yeah, no, right? It's
Like,
just
there's a bunch of
What's
aces.
your dead name?
next time someone's like, what's your real name? You'll be like, are you trying to dead name me right now?
What are your parents' names? Do they have like normal sounding
So
names?
normal.
Okay.
Mandy and Jason.
Mandy and
Oh
Jason.
my God.
Mandy and Jason. And now if I have a kid, I'm going to have to name it like Lately. Or like someone always says that, like, or, and I'm like, I want Sandra. That's a nice name.
Sandra?
Sandra's Tammy. Anything.
I like how you went like back a generation.
Yeah, no, those are
Yeah.
good names.
You're like, I don't like Kaylee. I want Tammy.
Don't. Yeah, Tammy's good. You know, when you hear Tammy, you see.
Ew,
You
it also
see who
feels like a
Tammy
little
is.
bit southern too.
Yeah. I like a southern. And so I have two first names, and like Barbara Joe, because that is a very southern thing, I think. And so they're all like, they're all adverbs or adjectives, and then a noun, which makes no sense. But I have to tell people because they're like, "No, what's your last name?" I'm like, it's like Barbara Joe, but it's Timely Rain. I'll say that at the doctor's office.
Okay, I thought Rain was your last name
No,
coming into
my
this.
last name is Watson.
Yeah, it gets, and then it just gets normal
And
again.
then it gets normal again.
That's amazing. So what was it like growing up with like a hippy dippy mom? Because our mom is definitely woo woo.
Yes.
But she was
But
Catholic when
she-
we first met her.
Yeah.
When you first met her?
Yeah, she
she was Catholic.
And so were we.
How
for
long?
a
How
minute.
long were all of y'all Catholic for?
She left the Catholic Church when we were maybe like in middle school or elementary school.
Elementary school.
wow!
She didn't vibe with it. She was like, this is way too focused on making you feel really guilty and bad about everything you're doing.
I wonder if she saw that like happening to you guys, and that like made her think about it. And her,
Yeah,
herself.
that'd be interesting to ask her.
yeah,
but
that's. I wanna
she
see-
Yeah, we
found
need to
a
get our
more-
mom on the pod.
Yeah, we need to get your mom on the pod because that's really crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom grew up in rural, like south of Louisiana, Alabama. She moved around a whole bunch. She went to like 17 different high schools, or not high schools, but 17 different schools
Wow.
her whole time. And she then got like kicked out when she was bad, like a bad kid, when she was like 17, sent to live with her aunt in Texas City, and they would like drive to Houston on the weekends, and like they would go to like shows here. And my mom kind of became like a really hardcore rave kid when she was like 18 or 19, and was like taking acid in her apartment that like I've seen pictures of that she has that like look like my experience. And then and it's so crazy. And then
What decade was
This
she
is like-
growing up in?
this is when she was in her 89, that's like 90s, early 90s. I was
Okay.
born in 98.
Okay.
So and she was 22 when she had me. So and she was like a crazy hippie person. And then she met my dad, and my dad was a straight edge punk my dad had like never done a drug. He's never drank anything. My dad drinks now, but he's never smoked a cigarette. My dad's never smoked weed. Like total opposite.
What made him start drinking?
Children. No, apparently I like remember being young when I was young, and I realized it was 9 months. That's how long it takes to have a baby. And I was like, okay, what's 9 months before April? I'm born in April. And I remember asking my mom in a Whole Foods like dining area. I was like, Mom, don't tell me if this is true or not. I was like, but was I conceived on 4th of July? And she goes, yeah. I was like, don't tell me. And she was like, your dad got wasted off a wild turkey with his best friend Stacy, who's a guy, and my dad apparently had like never ever really ever drank, but he did sometimes with Stacy, and so I was conceived off of wild turkey on 4th of July.
Shout out to Stacy
None of
for
this
making
made
it happen.
it. Yeah, shout out
How
to
old were
Stacy.
you when you're doing the math in your head on that?
I was
'Cause
probably
that's-
like in like second or third grade.
Wow.
I remember
They had Whole Foods back then.
they've had Whole Foods I was raised so my parents she raised me vegan, my mom and
really?
they raised me vegan, and
Do you eat meat now?
not really.
Okay.
Everyone else in my family does, and they're
Like your siblings and
my siblings
your mom
eat
and
meat,
dad?
my dad, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God,
but-
eating meat was your Catholicism.
Yes, it was, and I'm still Catholic. And I think I have a bunch of like sensory issues, and so like trying to introduce meat into my life at like 12 years old, I was like, oh no, like it was just a texture thing. It was a weird whatever, and I forgot what I was going with that. But yeah, so she raised us vegan, and then now she eats meat, and like I'm the crazy one where she's like, why don't you eat eggs? And I'm like, you never gave me an egg.
Yeah. You're like, first of all, you named me Timely Rain.
Yeah, first
so
of all, yeah,
I'm gonna
doing good.
not eat eggs.
I'm not gonna eat eggs.
Also, eggs are like one of the weirdest things. Like, even as someone who eats eggs, I occasionally get the egg ick.
I do
really?
too.
I've
Yeah.
heard of this before.
Yeah, because it's like there's so much weird stuff going on in there. Like, it has a membrane. That shouldn't happen.
What do you feel about cheese? I hate cheese. I'm sorry. I hate cheese.
I've never met anyone who feels that way. I love cheese.
I know. I only
I
know
wish
one
I didn't
person
love it
that
as
hates
much as I
cheese.
did. Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I mean, depends on the occasion.
I feel like you're a big brie girl.
I love brie.
Brie for going out.
Yeah. Brie for charcuterie.
Yeah.
Havarti for a sandwich.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like cheese?
I love cheese.
Yeah.
I never get
It's like
anyone that has
crack.
a cheese ick, and there's like I'm one person I know that eats meat, is a regular guy, but he's like, I hate cheese, and I was like, I think we're long lost,
Yeah.
like best friends. I was like, please.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she raised you guys vegan. When did she, I guess, start eating meat again? She's still like hippie-ish, right?
Yeah, my mom's like much more less like hippie and more like health focused. Like she was we were homeschooled when for the majority of like the beginning of our lives when my parents were still together, and we were homeschooled. We were like naked crazy children for a long time, and then when
Did y'all live in a commune?
kind of like not really, but like my
In
mom
Houston?
had but it's
Okay.
not, we didn't live on a commune, but like my mom had a group of other mom friends that homeschooled their kids with each other, and so they'd like go to each other's houses. They rented out like a little center at like a community center church thing for a while and had everyone there, and like my mom's still friends with those ladies. Like I know those ladies still to this day, and so like there was a big community of those moms who like really raised me while like the dads were either at work or nowhere to be found.
You're
The
getting
dads
drunk with
Or
Stacy.
getting drunk with Stacy, and so then when my parents got divorced,
What
that
about
was like
Stacy's
a big
mom?
Where is he?
I hear she's got it going on.
She got something going on. And
Don't look at me like that. I'm sorry. I had to.
what was I gonna say? Oh, and when my parents got divorced, that's kind of when like we had to like my mom was like, okay, we're gonna cut a lot of the like crunchy like lifestyle out because she like had to go to work, and so then she became a single mom and a bartender for like the rest of our lives. And while she was bartending, she started taking her personal training certification, and then that's been her business now for like probably 15 years or something like that. And so she still does that.
Badass.
Yeah.
So she
cool.
jacked as fuck.
Oh, my mom could like, Danny Guerrero.
Yeah,
He and my mom like they've always worked out at the same gym and like know the same
Are you
people.
serious?
Yeah, and like
For our listeners, Danny is another Houston comedian.
he does jujitsu and like other MMA, and like he told me the other night that he remembers like a year or two ago being in a class, like a Thai pads like kicking class, and like hearing my mom's like "Fwah!" like on the mat like scared the shit out of me. I was like,
my God,
dude,
that's
she's
amazing.
strong. And I was like, yeah.
He knows not to mess with you.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Don't mess with
Your mom. My
Mandy.
mom's gonna
Don't
beat
mess-
you
My
up.
mom's gonna beat you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is like the birth order of your
I'm the
family?
oldest.
You're the oldest. Okay.
And then my sister's in the middle, and then my brother is like 4 years younger than me and is my best friend. I love him. He's the best.
We love when siblings are best friends.
We do. Yeah. He texted me yesterday, and he's like, "We just need to start a band."
That's us, but with podcasts.
Yeah, we just need to start a podcast.
I tried to get him to start a podcast with me so hard, but he wasn't about it. And now I'm like, "Oh, but you, like, I don't play music."
I was gonna ask what instrument.
He wants me to play the
doing?
drums, but I'm like, you what?
I feel like you would be good on the drums.
A girl drummer is like the coolest thing.
You've got girl drummer vibes.
Thank you. I am a girl
you
drummer.
do.
I'm just not a very good girl drummer.
Okay, you can play.
I can't play.
Okay.
I used to teach
Liar.
hand drums to kids at elementary school. There was like one down the street from here. It's not a very great school. But they had me like every Wednesday to teach hand drums to the 5th graders there for an hour. And
That's amazing.
it was awesome.
That sounds like chaotic.
But it was chaotic because it's like, yeah, you give like 20 kids a drum.
Like,
at a bad
go.
at a grade F school.
no one
Yeah.
is on beat for that.
I'm just thinking about how the drum class is taught by someone named Timely Rain.
Yeah.
And that just sounds cool.
Oh, Miss Teacher,
Miss Rain.
yeah, Miss Rain. Oh, I get that very often.
Wow. So do you feel like you've carried on some of your mom's like hippie tendencies into adulthood?
I think like, yeah, definitely a lot of them, but like, I think more of like my perspective on the world, but maybe y'all relate, like to kind of rebel against your hippie mom. You have to kind of go mainstream a little bit. You kind of have to be nice. I'm like, oh look, I'm not super edgy anymore. My mom has a mohawk. Like, yeah. My mom has a mohawk.
I feel like we need to put a photo of your
photo,
mom.
yeah.
Yeah,
right
I want
here.
to see her.
And she's always had it. It's like the same. It used to be really long, but she's always had the sides of her head shaved, and she gets designs cut in the side of them.
Cool.
And she's always had like, you know, this extreme expectation of like, you do whatever no one will ever tell you are right. You are the captain, like all of this. And I think to like rebel, I'm like, I'll go to a football game. And she's like,
I'm gonna open a bank account.
yeah, I'm gonna
That's
open
my
a bank account.
Yeah.
rebellion.
Yeah, I didn't have a bank account for a while. I'm an on and off bank account kind of girly.
That's understandable.
Not anymore. I have a credit union now. I'm doing good.
That's the way to go.
I'm
I've
trying.
only ever had a credit union since I was 4. I have still the
good.
same bank account my parents opened.
That's
for
good.
us.
I don't have that one anymore.
Yeah, I'm too afraid of the big ones because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of weirdness.
There is a lot of weirdness. Well, I got mad at my mom because she was banking with Bank of America, and they had my account in there, and she was like attached to my account. And first of all, I was like 24. I was like, my mom does not need to see what I'm doing with my money, and
Yeah.
like at all. And then I
She's
also
like, you spent money at a football game?
it's just $60 ATM ATM withdrawals.
She's like, you went to Kroger, not Whole Foods.
Not Whole Foods. And I kept losing my debit card like all the time, and I like I would go to Bank of America and they'd give me a new one, and eventually like the lady behind the counter was like very angry at me about this, and she was like, you come back again, I'm gonna charge you $20 and and I was like, it can't be legal or whatever. And so she threatened me to like with like $20 if I lost it again, so I just deleted my account. I was, I was angry.
You're like, I was
closed
threatened.
it. Yeah, I was threatened. I was like, y'all are mean to me. I'm taking my $20 elsewhere.
Yeah. Anytime I lose a credit card or debit card, I go through a denial period where I'm like, I'm gonna find it. I just check every day if someone's used it, and sometimes I find it, but
I always
You
find
lose your stuff every day.
I lose a lot of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Every time,
Don't
like,
need it,
she
you know?
goes anywhere, she leaves behind her purse or her keys or like
Yeah, the
All the
other day
things
at
she
dinner,
needs.
I left my phone at the table. And I was
Yeah.
like,
I
Thanks.
went to Janon's house yesterday, and I left my phone on the floor of the guest bathroom. when I was
floor?
yeah, I was changing.
What were you
We
doing?
were swimming, but I guess I had put my phone down on the floor when I was changing. I had my bag there, and I looked around that house for 45 minutes until finally I was like, it's on the fucking floor. Be a good house guest. Yeah,
Amazing.
I don't think we need stuff personally. That's my.
It'd be great if we could have less stuff.
Yeah, you're like, I'm so not materialistic that I just don't know when my phone's gone.
That's what I like to tell people. It's because I'm better than you. I don't know my phone.
I'm not constantly on my phone like you, so I have time to lose it.
Exactly. Yep. So, when did you realize that your mom was different from the other moms of the world, of America?
That's a really good question.
That's a really good question.
Because you're growing up in this like homeschool community
all
with
the
all these other
weirdos,
like
yeah.
hippie dippy moms.
I think probably like in middle school. I remember I did go to a Montessori school, but it was a public one, and like they had just turned into a Montessori school, and so there was like equal amount of like hippy dippy people who wanted to send their children there, and other parents were like, what the fuck is this? And like I remember my mom would come pick me up with her mohawk, her designs shaved in the side of her head, wearing like bright colors and crazy socks, and like I remember we adopted our dog. She brought him one day like in the thing in her crazy little outfit, and like I just kind of like always knew like in that moment I was just like, my mom's different. I think I used to be like not like embarrassed of it, but just kind of like, oh my god, Mom, do we have to be the center of attention all of the time? And now I appreciate
Now you're a stand-up comedian.
And now I'm a stand-up comedian. And she gets mad at my whole family looks crazy. Like if you took a picture of us, like we look like we're like cartoon characters. Like, and me and my sister and my brother, my trans sister with red hair who looks like my twin, like looks exactly like me. My brother who has like the longest, blackest, thickest, poofy hair down to here. My mom
Also looks exactly like
looks exactly like me. We all look so same, but
Jacked
she's
with a mohawk.
jacked mohawk, athleisure wear, and me in sweatpants walking into a Walmart in Louisiana last year, and my mom like gets this sense of like pride, this kick out of like everyone just like looking at us like, what?
She's like, yeah, my family's so weird.
She's like, we're so cool and hot. And I remember she got mad at me for this because like we were walking in and she was just like, I love the way we look. And she said that about all of us. And I looked at her and I said, I don't. Which is objectively shitty. I understand. And she was so angry. She's like, we're different and it's okay. And you don't need to be ashamed of who we are. I'm like, okay, that's fair. And I don't think that like I've ever been ashamed, especially. And then like, but now as an adult, there are moments where I'm like, I was raised as a feral ass child. Like I go to someone's house and I'm like, okay, what are the rules? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think like, but I mean, also growing up with a mom like that, like, I think if I was in another environment, you could have slapped like every like ADHD, autistic, like weirdo like label onto me that I probably should have had and probably would have gone to college if I had. But I didn't, and it made me cute and spicy and funny. And I do think because like my mom was so loving, I never thought that I was weird. Like I never thought I was weird. Well,
like
into
in a way,
high school.
That's like a better way to be raised than most kids because they're like, you need to fit
Something's
in.
wrong with you.
I hear that at my job all the time. Like
Really?
the parents like, you need to fit in. Like stop trying to be different than the other kids at your school. Like that's how you get in trouble.
They really say that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Because that's like I can't just. Did your mom ever tell you anything like that?
She didn't like it when we had holes in our clothes. I remember that.
That's fair.
She wanted us to brush our hair.
She didn't want CPS to get called.
Yes,
you know
exactly.
Well, I just remember being like, but I love this shirt. Like there's just one hole. It's not a big deal. And she was like, it is going to look bad on me if I send you to school with holes.
Yeah.
And I always was like, well, nobody's going to be thinking about you. But that's not fucking true because when I see a kid now with a bunch of holes in their shirt, I'm like,
Oh my god.
No, you're immediately
What's
like,
up with your mom,
you're-
dog?
yeah.
Are
What'd
you
your mom
okay?
say to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do feel like, especially because I can't even imagine like telling my kid to be like, you need to be like everyone else, because I really was raised to just be like, you do you, honey. I like jokingly always say, it's like, man, whoever told me to like just be yourself is like rolling around in their grave right now. Like I took it a little too far.
So since she was like a little bit untraditional, what were like, I guess, what was the discipline like in your house?
Non-existent.
Not
I
at
was
all?
the worst
Like you never got
kid.
grounded?
Oh, I got grounded, but like I'm funny and you're funny. How'd you get out of being grounded when you were younger?
I wasn't funny then.
You weren't fun. No,
She was just mad.
I was an angry kid.
My mom thought I was funny. I won't say that I was a funny kid. No one else, I think, in the whole entire world thought I was funny. I think they thought I was annoying and loud. But my mom, like, I can make that lady cry, laugh in like 20 seconds, and it's one of my like biggest joys. And she could make me laugh. That's how I used to get out of trouble. Like my mom would ground
So you'd
me,
break something and then make her laugh?
no, I'd usually like be gone for a day or two, and then she'd be like, where the fuck are you? And I'd come back and I'd be like, I was at my friend's house, and she'd believe me, and then until she didn't, because I got caught, and then I get grounded, and then I'd get silly, and she'd forget eventually, or needed me to drive my brothers to school so I get my keys back. And
Where were you, Tyler?
Yeah, where were you?
oh, I was being groomed by an adult man.
No.
How do you casually drop that?
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
How do you casually
He's
drop that? I
dead
guess
now.
you sing it. He's dead?
He's dead now. So
Thank God.
yeah, he's dead now. I went to his funeral.
And you were like, he groomed me.
It was so crazy. I did not know how to handle it. Slept with his best friend instead.
Oh.
I was an adult woman at this point.
Yeah,
So I
okay,
felt like it was
okay.
some kind of
Yeah. You're like
reclamation.
revenge.
Yeah,
sort of?
revenge.
My revenge is I'm going to sleep with another older man.
Another older man. Yeah.
Did
No.
the best friend know about you?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't like him either.
Yeah, I know. You know, I knew you were going to ask that because I have told you that before, and that was the first thing you asked me.
I haven't changed. I just forget my conversations and I rehab them over and over again.
She always has the same take, though.
Yeah, it's
Wait.
consistency.
This is very not about moms, but how old were you and how old was he?
I met him when I was 16 and he was 27, and he was the chef at my job. It was my first job ever, and I was a hostess, and I thought
It's always the chef and the
It's
hostess,
always the
dude.
chef and the host. It's the fucking movie Waiting. Have you ever seen that? Yeah,
I love that movie.
I love that. It's so close to home. And it's ridiculous. But yeah, so I just like, I didn't want to be in school. I loved to smoke weed, and he lived in like this shitty punk house with a bunch of other dudes who also were fucking younger girls.
Yeah.
And
They're like not straight edge punks. These
so
are
when
punks
my
that,
mom
do
found out
drugs.
about that.
yeah.
Eventually.
What did she do when she found out this was going on?
I was asleep. So one of my coworkers had found out, and my coworkers knew someone that knew my mom. And my coworker, well, thank God for her. She was, at the time, I hated this. And like retrospect, is
Yeah.
the only good person in this fucking story.
Yeah.
And she went and told my mom. I was like sleeping on the couch, and my mom like shook me and woke me up and was like, who is this guy? And I was like, and I knew. I was like, she knew something. And I was like, he's my drug dealer.
I love how you're like, that's going to sound way better than saying he's my boyfriend.
It kinda does sound better.
It does. Because I'm like, and that's, you know, I used to be back where it's like, okay, if I admit a little bit, then maybe, and da-da-da. And so she was just like, you know, is this your job? The next thing she goes, because she also apparently didn't know. That
She was like, how much is his weed?
No, she didn't know I was smoking weed. And my mom never smoked weed, like from the time I was like, ever born until I was 21, I think was the first time I ever saw her smoke weed. And I know she didn't when we were in the house. My mom was terrified of being a single mom and like, it would be, something's going to happen to my kids. And so my mom, she didn't know I smoked weed. I'd been smoking weed for like 2 years at this point, like a long time. And my mom wakes up, she's like, who is it? My drug dealer. How long have you been smoking weed? She goes, 2 weeks, 2 months. I went 2 years. And then it was an all out brawl and fight. And I was grounded for like so long. And then I got my keys back because I had to start doing errands. And then I started seeing him again and she didn't know.
She never knew that you guys were involved romantically?
No, I think she did. She found out at some point. And then she was really mad that, well, she found out the age of consent is 17 in Texas. And I was 17 by that point. And so she was like, there's nothing I can do, and I don't want to ruin. And she shouldn't fucking ruin his life. I wish. But
Yeah.
I was
I was
a powerful child.
Because you don't want to ruin your relationship with your daughter and like push her in. You don't want to push
her into it.
Into the man's arms.
And so I was just also crazy. I was the thing when people are like, what would you say to your old self if you could go back in time? Like nothing. Like I hate like that. There's nothing you could have said to little Timely. She would have thought you were stupid, that you don't know anything about what you're talking about, that she knows best. And like, I would shake her and be like, just listen to one person. But there's absolutely like no use in that. And so I was so steadfast, and I went and I dated him again, and we stopped talking for a couple months, and like till everything went back to normal, and I was still talking to him, and then he died. I know. And then I broke up with him like right when I graduated, like the month I graduated high school.
Wow. And then he died.
He died like
not too long after that, or
he died like maybe like 3 years later.
Okay.
I want to say it was after COVID actually. So maybe not. It was like he died in like 20.
That was kind of recent.
Kind of recent, yeah. He died like right at the end of COVID. And I remember going to that funeral, and I walked up to the casket, and then I walked back, and like his like old ladies were looking at me, and I realized my pants were undone and my pants had been unzipped.
Oh my god!
Because I was at Moon Tower eating a burger and a beer across the street before.
There's something poetic about going up to the man's casket who groomed you with like your pants undone. Like there's something.
Did you miss this?
I put a tropical fusion Swisher Sweet on his chest.
Stop.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
And now I just do nothing besides like, hey, I'm gonna do comedy at night and sleep all day.
It all makes sense now. Holy shit.
That's a wild story. Yeah, it's hard when you're in like a weird, unhealthy relationship dynamic. Because did part of you know at the time like this is weird and wrong? Or were you were just like all in?
You're just like, I'm so mature.
It was very much like, I'm different and he's different.
Yeah.
And that, I'm different. He's different. Everyone else is like, they just don't know. And like, I'm like, oh, and especially when I see other young girls who are in that, I'm like, there's not a lot you can even try to explain in that situation.
Yeah. Even if it's like a legal relationship, it's hard to leave when it's abusive. Like, it doesn't matter what people tell you. You're not going to leave until you've decided you're going to leave.
You're not going to leave until you decide it. And like, I've dated, there was like one kind of like really abusive relationship I was in, that was, like one of the only guys I've ever dated that was my same age. And that was so hard to like leave. And then it took me like 2 or 3 times. But but it wasn't until like I knew that like that last time I was like, I can't deal with you ever again.
Yeah.
And then I've dated older men for a very long time after that. And I think like it became more age appropriate. You know, I was dating a 37-year-old when I'm 25, which isn't really that age appropriate. But like, but
there's nothing wrong with an age gap, you guys.
I know.
Saying this,
My boyfriend is older than me.
He's about to turn 40 soon.
So that's one of the things we've always talked about, Tess, is like, you know,
Yeah.
like I love dating an older man, but one of the things that like I realized, especially about the one that I was dating, was that like we were really in 2 separate parts of our life. Like, and no matter how much I wanted him to like come be here, and he wanted me to like, you know, chill out and not chase my dreams. He wanted me to do that, but he didn't want to take part in that. And I didn't, you know, he didn't. And so I think that taught me like very recently that I don't need to be searching for something that's like very far away. But now I have a age appropriate boyfriend who's very nice. He's 4 years older than me. And
That's appropriate.
I don't know, but I think that all stems from being groomed in high school.
Yeah, well, because a lot of people, if they hear you're dating an older guy, are like, oh, you have daddy issues, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you have grooming issues.
Sometimes you have grooming issues. Yeah,
That's
so I
true.
said, well, maybe if my father was around, I wouldn't have been able to be groomed.
Or sometimes,
Right.
okay, so maybe it's both. No, it's just like, I feel like in my case, I'm like, that is just who has been hitting on me for the last 6 years.
Well, they're better.
I feel like you
Because-
want to make sure that if you're with an older man, it's not like a pattern of only dating like way younger
Yes.
girls. Then
Yeah.
you're like, "Ugh, you're
And
doing
see, I
something
dated
weird."
someone who that was his pattern, and I was like, ooh. And now I'm dating someone who that is not his pattern at all.
Yeah.
Like most of the people he's dated have been actually older than
Well,
him.
I like an older man. They usually have their shit together to some degree. They're not like crazy. I don't like. I'm just like.
I
you
hear
have
that
an
adage all the
established
time, and I'm
pattern.
like, no one had their shit together less than my ex-boyfriend. Like his entire home was a pigsty. Like there was
Yeah.
trash on every single surface constantly. You could not
No.
walk through the apartment.
No. Oh my god.
Hoarding knows no age.
It wasn't
Yeah.
even hoarding. It was like, and then the fridge was full of like wrappers from fast food places or places he had ordered to eat. Like he'd never grocery shopped.
Oh.
And I'm like, you do not have your shit together.
I've never put fast food leftovers in the fridge. It's like you just throw that away.
Is that me?
That's me. My
phone's
phone's
going
across
off.
the way. My friend's texting me. We got into a car accident yesterday. So
What happened? Tell us on the pod.
I was actually going to tell you when we record the intro, but me and my best friend drove to San Antonio yesterday because she's going to be moving there for dental
I
school.
thought I was your best friend.
Yeah,
You
who
are
is
my
this?
best friend's sister.
Okay.
This is my best friend who's not a sister. Yeah, we drove up there because she was looking for apartments when she moves later this year. And we were driving on the highway and the traffic came to like a complete stop and she braked as hard as she could. The car like auto brakes. Like I thought we were going to hit this truck in front of us so hard and we missed it. And I was like, oh, thank God. And then I had that thank God for like 2 seconds. And then the car
Someone
behind us hit us so hard.
Are you okay? Do you have like
Yeah,
any
are you?
soreness or tenderness? in
We
your leg?
both were like, our lower backs were sore yesterday. Mine's fine now. Like I feel like I did a lot of stretching and I made Brian like rub it before I went to sleep and now I feel fine. But
Okay.
I think her lower back still hurts.
Is
a
her
little bit.
car okay?
Yeah, it like
Did y'all
doesn't look
drive?
that bad. Yeah, we drove the rest of the way to San Antonio. I'm like, we can't turn around
goodness.
now.
That's scary.
We have it on video too.
You have it on video?
We're gonna include it here.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna put the video on here until
Legally.
she gives me the okay to do that. Or
What do you mean you have it on video?
Like dash cam?
like I was recording a video
Oh
of
my God.
us when this happened.
What were y'all doing? Singing?
We were just like driving in the car. I was like the Chain by Fleetwood Mac was playing, and I was like, and then I go, you hear me go, ah!
Can we please see this video?
I will show you the video when we stop recording.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
And then like it was okay. Yeah, there wasn't enough time for there was enough time for us to stop. But there wasn't enough time for the girl behind us to stop, I guess. So yeah, it really shook me up.
Was the girl like?
She
I'm
was
so
really
sorry.
sweet. Yeah, she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, well, let's exchange information. I don't think she had ever gotten into an accident before. She was like, she must
looked
be in her
young.
early 20s
Yeah.
or something, maybe younger. But
That's crazy.
They're gonna get through it, I guess.
It's
That's wild.
me and I ran out of gas one time on the freeway, and I called my
the scariest
mom.
moment in
It
the
was
world.
so scary, and I called my mom, and she came and like put gas in my car, and she like she was like, it was Father's Day. She's like, we don't need no man. Like, thanks, Mom.
Did your mom date?
Oh yeah. So my mom, she had a very long-term relationship with like someone I call like my stepdad, and they're separated, and he lives in I think like Wisconsin or somewhere, Michigan, no, somewhere far away, and so and then she dated this guy for a while. My mom dates like shitty men, and then she looks at me whenever I like have like a nice boyfriend and now, and she's like, "How did you do it?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but my mom, she knows this. She picks some scummy ass men. So her new chapter in life is no men right now. She's only dating
lesbian
and non-binary." And
non-binary men,
non-binary, and she's a lesbian, so she's on that path right now. She texted me the other day from a date she was on with a non-binary person when she was at Wolfsmith's the other day, and they have comedy there now, and she's like, "Hey, Timely, they keep trying to bark at me to come like to the comedy show upstairs. Do you think it'd be offensive to my non-binary date? Like, should I go up there?" And I was like, "Stay downstairs." Stay downstairs.
You're like, who's performing?
Yeah,
stay downstairs.
That's literally what I asked. I was like, "Who's up there?" "Oh, yeah, stay downstairs."
Yeah,
Stay
wow. It's not gonna be friendly for that.
No.
So wait, how old were you when she got divorced?
When she left my dad, or my mom and my dad separated when I was like 6, and then she was with Francesco, my stepdad, until
Francesco.
He's
Is he Spanish?
Italian and Venezuelan. And he
Ooh.
was born in Boston, and he has the craziest accent in the world. And I wish I could do it, because it's like Boston, Italian, Venezuelan, but like also kind of Texas now because he's been here for a while. He's really awesome. He's very hippie, very into like yoga, and he cooks in a bunch. He's awesome. But they separated.
Sounds like he knows a lot about the art of massage.
Yes.
Francesco, we'll see you now.
And yeah, he left whenever I think like my little brother graduated, kind of, or she left. She broke up. My mom's on her. She just turned 50 this year.
Oh, happy birthday, Mandy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a big one.
Big one. And she's just like, she wants to go. She's in Joshua Tree right now at a like writer's retreat, and she
Sounds
deserves
on brand.
to have all of the adventures now. Because I think about that, I'm like, damn. At 22, she had me. I'm 27. I'm about to be 28. By the time my mom was this age, she had all 3 of her children.
That's wild.
And I don't have any. And like I cannot even imagine raising 3 kids. And so like just that now I get to see my mom like have fun and get to do something. And I'm like, at least it's better. Like she has more money now at 50 than she probably did at 22. So she can go
some
do
fun
more,
spending around money. Yeah,
more fun.
There is
things.
something good about getting kids out of the way early, because then you have all this extra time.
Yeah.
And you're not.
I feel like too people
Old
like
yet.
stigmatized where it's like, yeah, where it's like you have like women have stigmatized like getting older to a degree where like, well, I don't do anything now. And it's like, well, really, now that, you know, you're 40 or you don't have a period, you don't have to pack tampons. You can go wherever you want.
Yeah.
That's so true. Or just free
there's some
bleed.
freedom.
Just free bleed.
I feel like that's something your mom might be into.
Oh, I love a good free bleed.
Yeah, me too.
How did she handle like puberty and sex talk? Because like I imagine having a hippy dippy mom, she's just
So my
she
Explore
lets it
your
rip.
body.
Yeah.
my dad gave us a sex talk before my mom was able to.
Okay.
My
He's
dad-
like, I'm gonna give
Yeah.
them.
Every other weekend and on Wednesday was at the Taco Cabana. I remember this clearly.
Did you say every other week?
That's when we saw him. And
Oh,
so,
okay.
no,
I
every
thought
other
he was
week and
giving you
Wednesdays.
A sex talk
Every
other
other
I'm
week.
like, that's so
Honestly, for
weird.
a while.
He's
And
like, all right, where did we leave off last week? The fallopian tube.
I remember getting my phone taken from me because I was like sexting my friend, like my girlfriend, when I was like in middle school, and
yeah.
not like even anything. I don't think that bad, you know what I mean? But like,
I'm gonna
just
hold your
yeah,
hand
hot damn,
tomorrow.
whatever. My dad comes in my room, gets my phone, uploads it all to his computer, prints out all of my text messages, highlights, circles, sits me down, and is like this, and like reads. This is why I have a lot of trauma from this very moment.
He
right here.
annotated your.
Annotated, went like totally through my privacy and everything. And so it sat us down at Taco Cabana with my grandmother and was like,
And your
my
other
And my
siblings?
other siblings who are 4 years younger than me.
Oh,
So Sagacious
no.
is a baby almost. Like, and is like, this is chlamydia and this is herpes, and if you pretty much like the moral of it was like, if you have sex you will die.
Okay, Mean Girls.
Yes, so hard. And then so my mom caught wind of this, and when we went home, my mom gave us the opposite sex talk, which was, it's just magical and beautiful, and when two people get together, the things they do, it's like magic, which neither of those two things are true about sex. It's not going to kill you, and it's not the most magical thing in the entire world. And so I had this completely just different expectation for what it was, and now I still have. I'm so not.
It is somewhere in between those two.
It
things.
is. Yeah, no. It's a good balance
between magical and dangerous.
Danger. So that was the sex talk with my mom, and then puberty. I had. That American Girl book.
Yes,
do you remember?
I had that too.
I loved that.
I would look at the page and be like, I hope I grow tits one day, like the girls in this book.
Yes, I was like, mine are it's gonna be a big. It just looked like a line drawing. Yeah, but I was like, these are good tits.
Yeah, they'd be cups for sure.
Yeah, these are good tits. Yeah, I remember I've had to. My dad and my stepmom, they wouldn't let me shave, and then my mom eventually was like, because I've been hairy since I was born, and and literally I there's a picture of me as a baby where my eyebrows connected to my hairline, it's insane.
I need to see that.
Yeah. And I remember learning to shave for the first time, and then my mom actually kind of teaching me, this is when I got my period for the first time.
Yeah.
What'd she do?
I was at sleepaway camp. I call her and she's like, well, you just got to ask a girl for a tampon or a pad and figure it out. And I was like, okay. And then I get home and I'm like, she's like, timely? I'm like 13. She's like, you need to start using. She's like, tampons, they're better. They're better for the environment. They're better for your body.
Are they?
And
no,
because my mom uses OB tampons, which are better for the. You know what I'm talking about? Did your mom ask your mom what kind of tampons she uses?
She doesn't use those.
She doesn't, because my other friends' moms, the only people I know who use these tampons are my friends' moms. Okay. They're the ones that have no applicator, and they're just
there's
they're
no
just
plastic involved.
Yeah,
no, there's a plastic wrapping.
There's just the little it's like a cigarette.
Okay. My best friend I was just talking about, she has those because those are the kind they have in Germany. And I asked her for a tampon once in college, and she handed that to me, and I was like, you must be out of your goddamn mind, because I'm not gonna stick this up myself. No applicator.
It's crazy.
It hurts.
There's no at least the plastic in a tampon applicator kind of it's
soft.
Smooth. It's an you try to stick this cotton thing and it's not getting up there. And so my mom has always had that. I remember her having a conversation with me about how to use a tampon. She hands me not even how to use a regular tampon. Just for the first, it's
here's the one you're gonna raw dog.
And I remember
get your
talking
finger ready
to her through the door and being like, I can't do it. I'm like, you need to come in. And she was like, I'm not coming in there to put your tampon in timely. And I was like, you know what? Fair enough. And so I still know. I try once a year to see if I'm turning into the white lady my mom wants me to be, and to try to stick my finger up my pussy, and I'm like, I'm at Walmart. I don't need to finger myself at the office.
It's so true. It's so much messier.
It's messier.
And then you have to wash your hands.
You ever do the cup? Anyone ever
the diva cup?
Yes, I've done the cup. Yeah.
How do you deal with that in public?
I work from home.
Okay, that's good.
So, that's a good question. I think I tried to empty it once in public, and I was like, this is you need to be at home.
Yeah.
Don't you feel it?
You do feel it. I feel like it doesn't feel as uncomfortable as a tampon, though.
I don't feel
it's
tampons.
Cotton. I don't know. When I have one in, I'm freaked out.
Once it's in the correct place, I do not feel it at all.
I maybe have never got it in the correct place.
One time, my best friend, she had a tampon stuck in her vagina for a month.
No.
like from her last period.
She could have died.
She could have died.
Or like that
And they,
model that lost her leg. That's always the story they tell us. You could be a beautiful model who loses her leg.
Speaking of bad moms, Tyra Banks ruined.
I love that woman.
We love Tyra.
Even after that, you watched the new documentary?
I haven't watched it yet. No, I don't like.
I
love her
I
because
loved
she's
her
a
until-
great person. I just love her because she's so chaotic and weird. Like I don't.
My dream was to be
Yeah.
on America's Next Top Model as a kid. Like that was going to be me. And I did love Tyra a lot, but actually watching that new documentary, her face gave me the ick. Like the absolute ick that I like, it kind of killed everything because she does this one thing where she's like, you know, when a cashier is being really bitchy to you, but they're smiling and like, you know, that they can get the manager and they won't. Like,
You mean smizing?
smizing? Yes.
That's her thing.
No,
Do you
like
remember
she's
practicing
legit
smizing
evil.
in the mirror?
Yeah,
Did y'all
no,
do
we
that?
would play top model and we would just like, we would just be in our backyard like posing as like 12-year-old girls by the pool. Like,
Yes, I remember we'd play
Yeah.
America's Next Top
we
Model.
would.
Hold on. How long have we been recording?
I don't know. Can you read that thing from over there?
No, but let me see.
She's going to get up and check.
Oh my God, we've almost been talking for an hour.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That happened so
Talked
quick.
about nothing.
It did. It did.
Ooh, we talked about so much. I guess like I have two questions for you. One of them is like, is there any other like standout things you remember your mom saying to you as a kid or recently? And then the second one is, do you want to be a mom one day?
Oh, okay. That's good. I wrote down a couple of things. Let me see. One of the things my mom told me that I remember is we were driving in the car and I said something like, you've called me a bitch. And she was like, I have not called you a bitch. And I was like, yes, you have. She goes, I ain't never called you no bitch unless you deserved it. And I was like 17 at the time. And like, I thought it was so funny, like, and true. And that was like my first like Instagram bio ever was I ain't called you no bitch unless you deserved it. My mom. And then, like, the other thing that I always say is, like, the one, like, North Star advice, like, that she gave me as a little kid is that, like, anybody's opinion of you anywhere ever has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with, like, their own upbringing, their own, like, experience and past and future. And so, like, whether they hate you or whether they like you, and especially if they like you, it has really nothing to do with who you are as a person. And it just, like, keep going. So I think about that a lot, especially in comedy when it's like, no one fucking likes me. And
See, that's making me be like, does my boyfriend not like me for me?
No. Everyone's selfish.
everyone's selfish, but he does like you for you, but in his understanding. And so even if there are like those like misunderstandings where maybe he does like catch them or he doesn't like one, it's like, okay, that's because of you, dude. That's your I'm over here living my life. And so I try to I think as I get
That's
older,
really
I get more
advice.
self-conscious. And I think that might be because I'm separating from my mother.
Oh,
I'm
you're like, I need to get back into the radical acceptance of myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've wanted to be a mom for so long, and I don't think I have it in the cards now. I love stand-up comedy. I'm going to cry. I love stand-up comedy, and I want to be a mom, but like, look at the fucking world we live in.
You're
y'all.
making me cry.
I know, I'm sorry. But I've been thinking about it a lot, and because I keep getting asked, like, do you want to have kids? Yeah, I want to have kids. I don't have a house, a blah. But our parents kind of did it without any of that. And so that's kind of my 2 cents.
It's true. You don't even need a school.
Yeah.
You can
You don't even
homeschool
need a
them.
school. You can homeschool them in your van.
Yeah, you just need to find
In your
other.
minivan.
You need to make a mom commune.
A mom commune. And so I love my friends' kids. I'm a very maternal person. That's like something that brings me the most joy ever. But till I get a Netflix special and I can Ali Wong it, baby.
Give
feel like
Timely
you're on the
Rain
way.
money.
Yeah,
so
give
she
me money so I can have
be
a
a cool
baby.
mom.
Yeah.
I feel like you're on your way there. You're already on Netflix.
I'm already at 1 minute. Now I just need 59 more.
Congrats. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
guys, if you haven't seen the Kill Tony Netflix special, go watch the part that's just timely.
Just me. Just
Yeah.
me.
You
Just
don't
me.
need to watch any of the rest because fuck that. You don't need to watch Tony Hinchcliffe for an hour. But you need to watch Timely.
Yeah, please watch me. Or you can just actually go to my own Instagram and see all those jokes
That's true.
clipped up
Yeah.
in other ways.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to plug?
Every Sunday at the Secret Group, I have my show, and then my Instagram, Timely Rain 420. I'm going around the country this year, so hopefully I'll come to your town. And
tour.
if you ever do want me in your town, I will come. So message
Yeah,
me.
we'll go to your town. And then at the end of the tour, you'll have enough money to buy a van for your
Yeah.
future kid.
Every time I ride by a van, Colin's like, "No, stop looking at it." Thank you guys so much. This is so fun.
Thank you.
Y'all are awesome.
Thanks for coming
You're
on.
awesome.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I think that's it.
Okay. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Whoop, whoop.
It's been another episode of What Mom Say. That rhymed. Okay. All right. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.